It started with a text message that lit up my phone like a grenade in the dead of night. "Babe, working late again. Miss you." I stared at it from my cozy spot on the couch in our Chicago apartment, the wind howling off Lake Michigan outside our 20th floor window. At 23, I was Mia Thompson, the ambitious graphic designer who'd traded the sleepy suburbs of Milwaukee for the glittering lights of the Windy City. My boyfriend Alex was the charming sales exec who'd swept me off my feet 2 years ago at a rooftop bar during Lollapalooza. We were that couple, the ones posting sunset selfies from Navy Pier, hashtagging #couplegoals on Instagram. But as I sipped my herbal tea that chilly November evening in 2024, something felt off. Little did I know, that message was the first thread unraveling a web of lies so tangled, it would lead to a revenge plan twisted enough to make Machiavelli blush. Alex thought he could cheat, lie, and walk away unscathed. Oh, how wrong he was. What I unleashed didn't just ruin him, it twisted his world into a pretzel of paranoia and regret, leaving him forever changed. Let's rewind to the fairy tale before it turned into a horror show, because every betrayal has its honeymoon phase. I met Alex during my senior year at the School of the Art Institute of Chicago. He was 26, all sharp suits and easy smiles, working for a tech startup downtown. Our first date was straight out of a rom-com, deep dish pizza at Giordano's, followed by a stroll along the Magnificent Mile, where he bought me a silver necklace from Tiffany's, just because. We moved in together after 6 months, into a sleek high-rise in the Loop, paid for mostly by his fat commissions. I was thriving too, freelancing for brands like Nike and Starbucks, building my portfolio with edgy designs that screamed millennial chic. Alex was my rock, or so I thought. He'd surprise me with weekend getaways to Door County, Wisconsin, where we'd hike and sip local wines, dreaming of our future, marriage, kids, a house in the burbs. But cracks appeared like fissures in the frozen lake during Chicago's brutal winters. Alex's late nights at the office became routine. He'd come home smelling of unfamiliar perfume, blaming it on client dinners. His phone was always face down, notifications silenced. I'd tease him about it, and he'd laugh it off with that disarming grin. "You're the only one for me, Mia," he'd say, pulling me into a kiss that tasted like guilt. I ignored the red flags, chalking it up to stress from his job. After all, we were young professionals hustling in one of America's toughest cities. Then came the promotion party in early 2025. His company threw a bash at the Willis Tower skydeck, with panoramic views of the glittering skyline. I dressed to kill in a little black dress, excited to celebrate. But Alex was distant, checking his watch obsessively. When I went to freshen up, I bumped into his coworker, Lisa, a stunning blonde with a reputation for office flings. She smirked at me saying, "Alex is quite the charmer, isn't he? Hope you're keeping him on a short leash." That comment gnawed at me like a rat in the walls. Back home, while Alex showered, I did something I'd never done. I checked his phone. The passcode was our anniversary. How cliché. What I found shattered me. Texts from Lisa, obviously, "Last night was amazing. Can't wait for round 2. Photos of them in hotel rooms, her in lingerie I'd never seen. Emails booking weekend trips to Vegas under business expense. And the kicker? A Venmo history of gifts to her jewelry, spa days, totaling thousands. My world spun. I confronted him that night, tears streaming as I hurled his phone across the room. "How long?" I screamed. He denied at first, then crumbled. 6 months. It meant nothing, Mia. You're the one I love. Bullshit. I kicked him out into the January snow, his suitcase skidding down the hallway. The aftermath was a blur of heartbreak and rage. I called in sick to work, binge-watching true crime docs on Netflix while devouring pints of Ben & Jerry's from the corner bodega. My friends rallied girls' nights at dive bars in Wrigleyville, where we trash-talk cheaters over craft beers. But inside, I was plotting. Revenge wasn't about petty pranks like sugar in his gas tank. No, I wanted something psychological, something that would haunt him like a ghost in the machine. Alex had always prided himself on his perfect life. The high-flying career, the social circle, the image of the untouchable alpha male. I'd dismantle it brick by brick, using the digital age's arsenal against him. My twisted plan? A multi-layered psyop that blended catfishing, social engineering, and a dash of corporate sabotage, all from the safety of my laptop. Phase 1. Infiltration. I created a fake LinkedIn profile as Elena Vasquez, a headhunter from a rival tech firm in Silicon Valley. I used AI tools to generate a professional headshot, dark hair, sharp features, nothing like my curly brunette locks. I connected with Alex, flattering his ego with messages like, "Your sales record is impressive. We'd love to discuss opportunities." He bit hard. We started emailing, then Zooming. I wore a wig and used voice modulation software during calls, probing for dirt. Turns out, Alex was embezzling small amounts from his company, fudging expense reports to fund his affairs. Everyone does it, he bragged one night, loosened by virtual happy hours. I recorded everything, storing it on encrypted drives. While that simmered, I tackled his personal life. Phase 2. The catfish swarm. Using apps like Bumble and Tinder, I set up multiple fake profiles, all stunning women tailored to his type. Ambitious, flirtatious, with a hint of vulnerability. Sophia, a yoga instructor from Lincoln Park. Rachel, an artist from Pilsen. Taylor, a finance whiz from Gold Coast. Each one matched with him, stringing him along with steamy chats that I scripted to perfection. I drop hints about his real life, making him paranoid. "Heard you had a wild time in Vegas last year? Tell me more?" He'd freak, asking how they knew. I escalated by sending anonymous texts from burner apps. "I know what you did to Mia. Watch your back." His Instagram stories shifted from confident selfies to vague posts about trust issues. The suspense built like a storm over the Great Lakes. Alex started unraveling. Late to work, snapping at friends. I monitored it all via mutual acquaintances and his public profiles. Then came the twist that elevated my plan from vengeful to diabolical. Digging through his old emails, I'd hacked his account with a phishing link disguised as a Netflix password reset, child's play with free online tools. I found something explosive. Alex had a secret child from a high school fling back in his hometown of Peoria, Illinois. He'd been paying child support under the table, hiding it from everyone, including me. The mother, now married, had no idea he was dodging taxes on those payments. Phase 3. The unleashing. It started with an anonymous tip to his company's HR, attaching snippets of our Elena conversations where he admitted embezzlement. They launched an internal investigation. Alex was suspended within days. Next, I leaked the affair details to Lisa's husband, a burly construction worker, via a fake Facebook account. He confronted her, leading to a messy divorce that dragged Alex in as a witness. But the piece de resistance? I posed as a journalist from the Chicago Tribune. With that tape, I went nuclear. I created an anonymous blog, Chicago Cheaters Exposed, posting edited excerpts, faces blurred for legality, that went viral on Reddit's r/Chicago and TikTok. Hashtag Alex the Cheater trended, with locals sharing sightings of him looking haggard at bars. His company fired him, sponsors dropped him from networking events. The child support bombshell hit when I tipped off the IRS, anonymous, of course, leading to audits and back taxes that bankrupted him. Lisa ghosted, his friends distanced. Last straw? I mailed a package to his new dingy apartment in the suburbs. A USB drive with all the evidence, labeled, "From the one who got away." He called me that night, begging for mercy. "Mia, please. You've ruined me." I hung up, smiling for the first time in months. But here's the mind-blowing twist that even I didn't see coming. During my deep dive, I uncovered that Alex wasn't just a cheater, he was running a small-time scam ring with old college buddies, selling fake luxury goods online. The FBI got involved after my tips, arresting him in a dawn raid broadcast on local news. As I watched from my new loft in Wicker Park, thriving with a promotion at a top design firm and a fresh start dating a kind-hearted musician, I felt a pang of something, not regret, but closure. My twisted plan hadn't just punished him, it exposed a deeper rot, saving others from his web. Today, on this crisp December day in 2025, Alex is out on bail, living in his parents' basement, a shadow of the man who broke my heart. He thought he got away, but in America's city of broad shoulders, karma hits like a freight train. And me? I'm unbreakable, a testament to the power of a woman scorned. If you're reading this, remember, betrayal might sting, but a well-crafted revenge? It heals, twists, and triumphs. The end of his story is the beginning of mine.